Good afternoon. This is tecnica.antica.com. Raf, I think, that those high notes just had a bit of an effect on my brain cells and I just got out of the script a bit. Summertime, so it's tank top video time again. So if you consider this to be too intrusive, please stop watching the video now. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to try to coach a bit what I call, one of the most tortuous arias ever written. And actually, I think when Strauss wrote this piece, he was just taking the piss out of tenors. So, Di rigori armato, Rosenkavalier. So this is one of those roles that, lasts for, I don't know, like in total, maybe for like 3 minutes or, max, or 4 maybe. And, but everybody remembers, who that guy was, because it's like, it's like two pages of just hell. So even though, the Rosenkavalier is an amazing opera, and this role is really small, everybody remembers because they build as who is the nutter that has the, I don't know, the absent of neurons or the balls to actually sing this. I wouldn't say like the Queen of the Night, because the Queen of the Night obviously has just a much more important role, but this is a bit like that. It's like, who the hell is the Queen of the Night, right? So who the hell is the guy singing, the Italian singer in the Rosenkavalier, all right? So basically, this is an aria that is going to test your ability to sustain high tessitura, and actually, it's one of the examples that Richard Miller states in his book, Training Tenor Voices, something like that, and he's damn right. I personally used to use this. Sorry for the redundancy, when I auditioned back in the day, because it's extremely short, but obviously shows what everybody's expecting from the tenor. Those those money notes, and obviously if you don't have them money notes, you can't sing this, because we're talking that basically, although the lowest note in this aria is going to be an A flat, basically I would say that the lowest note in this aria is a middle C, and everything just lies above that. So if I were to coach anybody on this, my advice number one is just do your piece, right? Like just like and just don't move, right? McRae used to have a wonderful, I suppose, phrase or saying, in which he said, the first note of an opera is going to define the rest of that particular opera. And I remember when I debuted Norma back in, I don't know, long time ago in A Galaxy Far Away, that was, he insisted I did the recitativo, because otherwise, sorry, the aria would be influenced by that, and he was damn right. He was totally right. So if I were to coach somebody on this, I would say just don't move. Set that first note, in the sort of your right spot, and just don't move. Just don't go up and down. Just imagine that everything is just one very long line, and there are no high notes nor low notes. Everything is the same, because otherwise your larynx is going to have a very tough time accommodating that up and down stuff. Why? Because you're talking about an aria that starts on an F, It starts on an F and it starts on an E vowel, and basically on the 1, 2, on the third, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, on the 6th bar you already have your first A flat. Yeah, talking about taking the piss. I honestly believe that Strauss was really mocking, you know, Italian literature to that point. So if I were to start this, I would state that first note, that F, it would be obviously covered because it's a very narrow E, you know. So I would never, regardless if I'm going down, I'm going up again, I would just not move. Just not move. Just stay in the same place. Because otherwise, that fluctuation is a bit what happens in Recondita Armonia, you know, by Puccini in Tosca, right? That up and down, it's going to put your larynx off. And then you're going to suffer, yeah? So, yeah. So then you go. Contro amor mi rebelai. So everything in one line. And again, is think it all through. That actually this is continuing, because now comes the first challenging. I suppose that, you know, you could say that there are 1, 2, 3 challenging phrases in this aria, but 2 B flats and one, let's say, yeah, 2 B flats and 1 B natural. Okay, so here comes the first challenging phrase. Yeah, so so that is your first A flat. And although I really believe that it's very well written, the danger with this B flat is that people might have a tendency to open way too much, or to, as I say, squeeze that A to make it like A, you know, that kind of put like an E on that A. For some people, it does work. My students know this. The more vertical in classical singing you remain, the safer you're gonna be, because the larynx is gonna be in a better position. It's going to be lower. So you want that B flat to come along, even though it's an A, just think of it as an And because of the tessitura, you know, because of the height of the note, it will become as an E, baleno. But you don't say baleno, it's baleno, right? But, you know, to the audience, it's going to sound E, right? And of course, and now, you're going to face the same thing, you know, without rest, but now you're going to have that famous jump in which, you know, I believe every tenor, it's like, you know, if they had a glass of water, they would go, you know, like that Trovatore in Hamburg, I don't know the year, with Bonisoli, Vasa, Vasa, right? Before singing that high C. I think they would go there, they would go trying to clear the flame, and if they're Catholic, they would just you know, start to do the sign of the cross. Because, again, you're going to go to that B flat, and then you're going to go to an A flat, and then you're going to go and hold, hold, because he has a pause on top, a B natural. And God, I mean, I've heard very many tenors cracking on this, because it's just cruel. Come on, Strauss, what were you thinking about, right? So, ma fui vinto, yeah, in un baleno, yeah, and then right, and that's gonna be the you know, the climax of this aria, and this is where I would advise: do not move. Do not move. As soon as you hit that B flat and you go down to that A flat, just don't move. Not only from that A flat, but from the previous B flat. B flat. So that B natural is in the same position, and you might just have to give it a bit of more horizontal space to accommodate the harmonics of that one. But that's it. Don't don't look for space. Do not reach. Please do not reach, because that's going to be a short crack, you know, or pushing like a mad cow, right? So let's try, right? So. I know. See what I mean? It's just that B flat. You go to that A flat, yeah? And it's this is just the same position through and through. You push some of that stuff, good luck. I don't think I'll be able to do it. And of course you can hold these until the cows come home. I mean, after all, this is a pantomime, right? This is a pantomime. But, you know, I don't know if you will make a favor of yourself. It has to be elegant at the end of the day. And so the conductor would be accompanying you and all that, right? But again, just don't move. Don't look for space. Otherwise, things might happen, right? Then you go on and we go to the last B flat of the aria. Now, I might do another more in-depth video about this aria, because I think every tenor, I would say lyric, even a lirico spinto, you know, this is a very good audition aria. And if you have it in your rep, it's gonna show a lot, right? And again, it's very short. So people, you know, in an audition panel, they like short stuff, because, you know, they're gonna listen to what, hundreds of people maybe in a day. So you just come out and bang all those things. I recommend you listen to the rendition by Pavarotti, and you just listen. There's no vowels, no, there's just this squillo going on, and it's just crazy. So it's a very good rendition, right? So what is the danger with that fuoco cor di gelo? So the danger with this last B flat is that maybe, number one, you are tired from maybe pushing or doing God knows what to survive the previous passages, and that because you have this narrow vowel D, you know, you might be taking that last B flat A on that A vowel way too narrow, okay? So if I were to do it, yeah. Yeah. So see, you don't narrow that E vowel, because it might distort the A that comes afterwards. Okay, if you narrow that E, yeah, that links to that B flat, you might find yourself in trouble. Try to be as vertical as you can already on the E vowel. Yeah, so that U is gonna be more like an U, and then and once again, the audience are gonna listen E and A. All right, so that G has to be vertical, has to be covered, and that you know, that A has to be okay, so yeah, so this jump U, and then because if you go or the something like that, in nomine Pater et Filii et Spiritus Sanctis, Amen. I don't think you make it. Hey, maybe you're Superman, or you know, you're a very light voice, and you have great facility for the top, and nothing happens, and you don't have to even think about it. And I don't know why you would be watching this video in the first place. But if you're watching it, it's because you're interested in it. Okay, so off you go. right? And then it's just the end, you know? And then, yes. And again, sometimes what happens is that that is I would say it's a D flat, yeah. It's gonna sound so low that it's gonna be hard to maintain because after getting that subglottal subglottal pressure all the way through, those revolutions all the time. This might be, it happens also in Carmen, some people, me included. So just this last phrase, let's take a proper breath. And just try to make them vibrate, not in a relaxed way, but honestly, you're gonna need to adjust that because you're coming from outer space, and you're going down to earth. All right, so that's all for today. Let's see. I will edit now the video and see how I put it together. I hope it's a good insight of a wonderful aria that many people are scared of it, and I understand why. But it's doable. It's doable through proper technique and stuff, and practice and all that. You can do it. So if you can, just go for it. It's a wonderful aria, and it's great for auditions. And of course, it's great for a role. I mean, because you're on stage 5 minutes maybe, and they're gonna pay you because who is gonna be the nata to sing this? There we go. Okay, so if you like the video, thumbs up and like, subscribe, bell, and the whole shebang. If you didn't like it or you don't like it, please do not watch it as it's it might hurt your eyes, your ears, your well-being and stuff, and I don't want to feel responsible for that. Other than that, enjoy your summer, and I will try to make more content as we move on. It's just lately it's been a bit difficult traveling and stuff. All right, take care, be very bad, see you soon, bye.